What's up, guys? Welcome back to another edition of 101 Sports and Cards. Always on Nathan Holloway, and with me, Jared Dresch.
What's up?
We're going to start in the NFL. The biggest news coming out today, Deshaun Watson is set to undergo season-ending surgery on a broken bone in his throwing shoulder. P.J. Walker will be the starter. This is terrible news for the Browns, because this basically eliminates the Browns from anything. They can still make the playoffs, but I believe with Deshaun Watson, they were a Super Bowl team. He has not been that good. He hasn't been the worst. Their defense is the best-ranked defense in the league. Actually, the best defense since the 2019 Patriots defense. But now they don't have a quarterback. Because P.J. Walker is kind of bad. Just think if they would have kept Josh Dobbs. Because he was on their team. The Bills fired offensive coordinator Ken Dorsey after their loss to the Broncos on Monday night. It's a terrible move. It wasn't Ken Dorsey's fault. I'll talk about it later. Because we're going to go into our Week 10 recap. The Bears beat the Panthers 16-13. What a game. It was a great week of football besides the primetime games, besides Monday night. Dante Foreman had 80 yards and a touchdown. The good thing for the Bears is that they now hold the first pick in the draft since they have the Panthers pick. The Steelers beat the Packers 23-19. Jaylen Warren had 101 rushing yards and a touchdown. Najee added 82 rushing yards and a touchdown of his own. The Lions outlasted the Chargers with a walk-off field goal. You're going to hear that a lot. A walk-off field goal. You're going to hear it a lot. 41-38, they won. Jared Goff, 333 yards, 2 touchdowns. Justin Herbert had 323 yards and 4 touchdowns. The Colts beat the Patriots in Germany 10-6. Mac Jones ended up being benched in this game in the fourth quarter for a game-winning drive. Bill thought that Bailey Zappi would be better suited. Of course, they didn't win the game, but it's time to get rid of Mac Jones. The Texans beat the Bengals on a walk-off field goal, 30-27. C.J. Stroud had 356 yards, a touchdown, and just his second pick of the season. Joe Burrow had 347 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 picks. Of course, T. Higgins did not play. I'm not for sure if Jamar Chase did. The Buccaneers dominated the Titans 20-6. Baker had 278 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Browns beat the Ravens on a walk-off field goal, 33-31. Deshaun Watson, 213 yards and a touchdown. Lamar, 223 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. The 49ers dominated the Jaguars 34-3. Brock Purdy, 296 yards, 3 touchdowns. Kittle, on just 3 catches, had 116 yards and a touchdown, and I benched him in fantasy. The Vikings beat the Saints 27-19. Josh Dobbs, 268 yards and a touchdown. Derek Carr got injured in this game. There's a very good possibility that Jameis Winston will be the starter this week. The Cardinals beat the Falcons on a walk-off field goal, 25-23. Kyler Murray, in his first game back, had 249 passing yards. He also scored a rushing touchdown. Taylor Heineke also got hurt. Desmond Ridder came in, had 49 yards in the second half. He's terrible. The Cowboys blew out the Giants 49-17. Dak had 404 yards and 4 touchdowns. Brandon Cooks, 173 yards and a touchdown. And CeeDee Lamb, 151 yards and a touchdown. The Raiders beat the Jets 16-12. Aiden O'Connell, 153 yards and a touchdown. It's a terrible game. The Jets have not scored a offensive touchdown in their last 16 quarters, I believe. It's impressive. And the Broncos beat the Bills on a walk-off field goal, 24-22. Russell Wilson, 193 yards and 2 touchdowns. He actually ran the ball as well. 4 turnovers by the Bills, 2 of which were by Josh Allen. What I was going to say about firing Ken Dorsey, it is not his fault that they turned the ball over 4 times, and that on the final play, when they missed, Will Lutz missed the field goal, they had 12 men on the field. That's a special teams issue. But no, fire the offensive coordinator. You've already fired everybody else. Besides the real problem, the head coach, and also another problem, Josh Allen, because he is severely overrated. Week 11 preview. There's 3 good games that I have. Bengals and Ravens Thursday night.
Bengals.
I'm also going with the Bengals. Steelers and Browns.
I was going to go Browns, but without Deshaun, I think the Steelers still get past.
I'm going with the Browns. I don't give a crap if they threw some 2-year-old kid out there at quarterback. The Browns' defense is elite, and Kenny Pickett is trash. So, Eagles and Chiefs Monday Night Football, a Super Bowl rematch.
Eagles.
I'm also going with the Eagles. Moving on to the association, Draymond Green, the biggest thing that happened. Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, Rudy Gobert, and Jay McDaniels were all involved in a little skirmish yesterday. Of course, the big thing was Draymond putting Rudy Gobert in a headlock for literally no reason. So, should Draymond be suspended? Yes. This is already his second ejection of the season.
What, 8 games in?
Yeah. Also, this is the first time in NBA history that 3 guys have been ejected from a game before a point was scored, because Draymond, Clay, and Jalen McDaniels were all ejected. So how many games should he be suspended? Jay Williams on ESPN today said at minimum 10.
I'm thinking at least 5, 6.
I agree. 5. 5's good enough. I mean, the Warriors are trash anyway. They've been terrible. A team who has not been terrible, even though they are without Jamal Murray, because he is out the rest of the month with an injury, is the Nuggets. Of course, they beat the Clippers last night. I'll talk about that in a second. Tyrese Maxey scored his first 50-point game a few nights ago. Kelly Oubre out indefinitely after being hit by a car in Philadelphia, although today police did look at the camera at the traffic lights and said that there was no visible evidence of him being hit by a car, so who knows? Who knows what actually happened? The Nuggets extended their head coach Michael Malone. The 76ers and Celtics are tied atop the East at 8-2. The 76ers had won 8 straight before getting beat by the Pacers, who have been looking very good last night. The Nuggets are 9-2, and the Timberwolves have won 7 straight games. They are 8-2. They are atop the West. The Clippers, with James Harden, fell to 0-5 last night. And I want to say, I know it got taken down by Bally Sports because Bally Sports sucks. That's partially why they went bankrupt and why all the leagues are paying for them to stay. They took down a thing, I don't know if you saw it whenever they played the Mavericks, and the Bally Sports Mavericks reporter just went off on James Harden. It's hilarious. If you haven't seen the video, after this, watch it. It's hilarious. He makes so many good points. And if you don't like James Harden, you will really like that. Because I don't like James Harden. I think he's severely overrated. So, yeah.
I mean, this is what, the 3rd team now that has underperformed when he's played with them? It proves that he's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
What team would want him?
He says that whenever... I would play it, but I don't want copyrighted from Bally Sports. Because, they're trying to get money from anybody. Last night was the first game between Chet Holmgren and Victor Wembanyama. It was a bad game. Of course, the Thunder beat the Spurs 123-87. TNT took the game off live television. Chet had 9 points and 7 rebounds. He shot 3 of 10 from the field. Victor had 8 points and 14 rebounds on the other side. I believe he shot 3 of 14 from the field. What a great matchup.
Yeah, but Shea went off.
Career high 7 steals for Shea.
Shea's good.
No crap. That whole team is.
Yeah.
Moving on to baseball. Gunnar Henderson and Corbin Carroll won the Rookie of the Year in both leagues unanimously. This is the 4th time ever that's happened. Blake Snell won the NL Cy Young. We're still waiting to hear that Garrett Cole won the AL Cy Young because he will.
I'd be shocked if anybody else did.
Of course, the Orioles' Brandon Hyde and Marlins' Skip Schumacher won Managers of the Year.
They did something right.
Yeah.
They both deserved it.
On to college football. Jim Harbaugh has been suspended by the NCAA the last 3 games, which started last week. And there's the breaking news right now. Garrett Cole just won the AL Cy Young Award. Good for him.
I'm pretty sure every one of our picks is right so far.
Yeah. So back to college football. Jim Harbaugh was suspended the last 3 games that started last week against Penn State. They whooped Penn State, although the score won't reflect that. But they are going to court this Friday to try and get a restraining order so that he can coach the next 2 years. So, yeah. Week 11 recap of NCAA football. Number 3, Michigan beat Penn State 24-15. It was not that close. 16, Kansas got upset by Texas Tech 16-13. Number 5, Washington took down number 18, Utah 35-28. 14, Mizzou blew out 13, Tennessee 36-7. 15, Oklahoma State got blown out by UCF 45-3. And number 2, Georgia dominated number 9, Ole Miss 52-17. The new college football playoff rankings were released. There's one change. Georgia is back to number 1 as they deserve after absolutely torching Ole Miss. Ohio State is 2, Michigan 3, Florida State 4, and Washington 5. Week 12, it's not that good of a week. I have 4. There's only 4 top 25 matchups. None of them are worth anything besides one game, and that's going to be the last one we talk about. First one, number 22, Utah, number 17, Arizona.
Utah.
I'm also going with the Utes. Number 1, Georgia, number 18, Tennessee.
Georgia blows them out.
Yes. Number 21, Kansas State. Number 25, Kansas. The Battle of Kansas.
Kansas.
So going Kansas. Rock Chalk Jayhawk. And the only one that really matters this week, because Georgia, they could lose to Tennessee. It does not matter. As long as they beat Alabama in the SEC championship game. That will be the SEC championship game, by the way, in a few weeks. This is the only game that matters. 5, Washington. 11, Oregon State.
Washington.
I'm also going Washington. There's no way they can continue to keep... If Washington continues to beat top 25 teams every week, there's no way they can keep putting them out. They're better than Florida State. That's all I got to say. I mean, they will. If they run the table and win the Pac-12, they will be in, because either Ohio State or Michigan will not be. Whoever loses next week's game will be out. Even if whoever wins that will go on to the Big Ten championship game, because they can't play each other in the Big Ten championship game. Now in NCAA basketball, it has been a very interesting first few weeks of college basketball. Number 12, Arizona took down number 2, Duke, 78-73 earlier last week. A lot of upsets. Number 17, San Diego State got upset by BYU. Number 23, St. Mary's got upset by Weber State. Of course, you know who went to Weber State.
Dame.
Number 21, Villanova got stunned by Penn. I didn't even know Penn was D1. And then yesterday, quite a few good games. Number 9, Duke beat number 18, Michigan State, 74-65. Of course, this is the new rankings that I will talk about here in a second. Number 4, Marquette took down 23, Illinois, 71-64. And number 1, Kansas outlasted number 17, Kentucky, behind Hunter Dickinson's 27 points and 21 rebounds. The new rankings are number 1, Kansas, number 2, Purdue. Arizona moved up from 12 to 3 after their win over Duke. Marquette is 4, and UConn is 5. It is a terrible week of college basketball. Unless there's going to be upsets, there are no top 25 matchups until all the way next Monday, which starts the Maui Invitational, which will not be played in Maui due to the wildfires there, or the fires, whatever's happening. That's been happening for months at this point. It will be played in Honolulu, and so the only good game that in the first round, or in the second round, there's a lot of good teams playing. Michigan State's playing, I believe Illinois, a lot of top 25 teams, but the only one in the first round is number 2 Purdue and number 11 Gonzaga. I'm going with Purdue. I haven't watched Gonzaga. Purdue, I don't like Purdue because I think Zach Edey's well overrated. It's not that hard to be. He's not skilled for being 7'4". Yeah, like he is so bad. So yeah, that is college basketball. So it already feels like we're in March with all these upsets. Yeah, and there's not one dominating team.
Yeah, they're all kind of even. No.
It's been like that the last few years. Yeah. Moving on to other sports, there's one other sport that we're going to talk about. F1 is in Las Vegas for the first time this week. Who wins?
Max Verstappen.
Lando wins. First race. Nobody knows the track. There's a lot of teams running special liveries for this weekend. Red Bull is. Ferrari is. Williams is. Yeah. And bigger news, F1 star Lewis Hamilton, that's his name. Lewis Hamilton, the GOAT, I just forgot the GOAT's name. You can now, in Fortnite, on Friday, play as Lewis Hamilton. He will be in the item shop. So if you're an F1 fan, you're a Fortnite fan, get on that.
If this Glido's an F1 call,
no,
I would buy it.
It's not. It's a...
That's a missed opportunity.
I know. It's a surfboard with his pug dog that he has? It's with him on the end. It's kind of funny. But they did miss an opportunity for
That's so dumb.
Probably because F1 didn't give them the rights.
It's probably Mercedes.
Yeah.
That's dumb. Well, I'm not gonna buy it because I don't like Lewis.
I'm not gonna buy it either. I do like Lewis, but no.
Is it gonna be him in his driving suit, or is it just
no?
No, it's stupid. That's so dumb.
So that whenever Epic Games is making thousands of dollars off of it because all the dumb people will buy it. That's all I have. Look forward to college football this weekend, the NFL. There's quite a few other good games, and the ones that I mentioned, they're just not like top of the line.
What talking about?
And I'm trying to keep it short. Of course, I probably will actually watch the F1 race because I want to see Las Vegas. They're doing a crap ton of events and stuff leading up to it. They're promoting the absolute hell out of it.
Yeah, it's like on every station.
Yeah. And also, F1, they're on the track. They're racing by the Sphere. F1 has full control of what to put on the sphere. So I want to see what they put on.
What would they put on at the race?
I don't know. I just want to see something that they would put on. Although it's kind of dumb that if you do put something on, because I'm pretty sure it's a night race on Saturday night, and I'm pretty sure when you're driving by it, you don't want to just be looking at a giant glowing thing. That's not.
It's a giant light.
Especially I'm pretty sure it's on the straightaway that ends up in like
the 90-degree
it's
dog
not,
leg.
It's not even that. It's like this.
So it's a dog leg.
Sure.
A very sharp dog leg.
Yeah. So enjoy that. Who knows what's going to happen. Thank you guys for listening. As always, come back here next week. Peace.